For over a decade, Theresa Caputo, the Long Island medium, has been captivating millions with her incredible claims of communicating with the dead. Her thick Long Island accent, big blonde hair, and over-the-top personality made her unforgettable. But beyond the glitz, the question that's followed her for years still lingers. Is she truly talking to spirits, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Theresa Caputo calls herself a messenger between this world and the next. She says she doesn't see ghosts floating around or hear voices whispering from the dark. Instead, she feels them. On her website, she describes it as a sixth sense, deep knowing, a strong intuition that sends her signs, feelings, and symbols that she's learned to interpret over the years. To her, these sensations are how spirit speaks, a force she says guides her to help people find closure and peace after losing loved ones. Theresa claims her connection to the other side started early. She says that when she was just 4 years old, she'd see figures at the foot of her bed and hear whispers no one else could hear. To her, that was normal. While other kids played with dolls, Theresa talked to what she believed were souls passing through. She once said, "I've been seeing spirits since I was 4. They make me feel what they felt as their soul left the body." This so-called gift didn't come easy. Theresa revealed she once struggled deeply with anxiety, unable to handle the flood of emotions she claimed came from being surrounded by spirits. Walking into a store would overwhelm her, and she'd suddenly feel tightness in her chest, sensations she believed belonged to the spirits of others. It wasn't until a spiritual healer stepped in that she learned how to control her abilities. She spent years attending spiritual classes, trying to make sense of what was happening. But it wasn't until after the September 11th attacks that everything changed. Theresa says that tragedy gave her life a new purpose. That she was told by spirit her soul's mission was to help people heal. She remembers surrendering to the idea, saying, "If this is my gift, open every door for me, and I'll walk through it." Since then, Theresa has built a career out of her connection with the beyond. She's never been shy about her faith. She's a practicing Catholic, even though the Catholic Church doesn't exactly support her work. She once joked, "Even if the church doesn't agree with what I do, they still take my money every week." But jokes aside, she insists her gift comes from God, not against him. She's even questioned the traditional view of heaven and hell, saying, "Spirits never said to me, 'Theresa, it's hot down here, so I'm going with there's no hell.'" Still, she believes not every soul is perfectly at peace. Sometimes, she says, she feels a soul's energy but can't hear them clearly, as if they're locked up. For Theresa, that doesn't mean they're in hell. It just means they have more to learn before moving on. Fans of her show know that Theresa's live events are emotional roller coasters. She steps on stage, guided, as she says, by spirit, and begins scanning the audience for connections. One moment she's asking, "Who passed from the brain? Aneurysm? Tumor? Dementia?" The next, someone's in tears, believing they've just heard from a loved one. Theresa insists these live readings are more than entertainment, they're healing. She says even people who don't get a personal message walk away feeling comforted after watching others find peace. But not everyone buys it. In 2012, an Inside Edition investigation questioned whether Theresa's gift might be more performance than power. Former psychic Mark Edward claimed that Caputo uses common mentalist tricks, techniques like cold reading and vague statements that could apply to almost anyone. For example, she might throw out a random number, and statistically, someone in a large crowd will connect it to their life. Edward also said Caputo could easily gather background information online. Think about it. When fans buy tickets, they often provide names, emails, and sometimes even post about it on social media. All it takes is a quick search for her team to know personal details before she ever takes the stage. Edward put it bluntly. Our obsession with sharing everything online makes it easy to create miracles that look real. In one episode, Theresa told a woman that spirit was showing her baby clothes. The woman was shocked. She had just posted pictures of baby clothes on Facebook days earlier. Coincidence? Maybe. Skeptics call it proof she's fishing for clues. Still, Theresa doesn't seem fazed by the criticism. When asked about the skeptics, she said, "I'm not asking anyone to believe in me. I don't care what they say about me." She believes the true validation comes from how people feel after a reading. If someone finds peace, to her, that's proof enough. She once said, "It's not about me talking to dead people. It's about restoring faith. I've seen families reunite after a reading. That's what matters." And while her spiritual messages have been debated endlessly, there's one mystery that fans also can't ignore: her hair. Theresa's iconic blonde bouffant has become almost as famous as her readings. Towering, teased, and sprayed into perfection, it's practically her signature halo. She laughs about it, saying, "It's just me. I've always had long nails and big hair." But not everyone is a fan, especially magician Chris Angel. The illusionist has publicly called out Caputo, calling her a charlatan. Back in 2013, he even offered her a $2 million challenge. Prove your abilities under controlled conditions, or stop, as he put it, exploiting the vulnerable. More than a decade later, Caputo has never responded. She's faced other controversies too. In 2014, reports surfaced that she was being investigated for fraud after several attendees of her live shows claimed they felt scammed. One woman said she went in a believer but left heartbroken after losing faith completely. Another mother, who appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show, said Theresa completely misread details about her murdered son, confusing his age and story. The mother said it didn't bring her closure, it only reopened old wounds. In another incident, a woman attending one of Theresa's live shows in New Jersey was actually kicked out after getting frustrated that Theresa ignored her. When the woman tried to speak up, Theresa accused her of being disrespectful and shouted, "She just gave me the finger. Get her out." Security escorted the woman away, and Theresa turned back to the audience saying, "See, God don't like ugly." Through all this drama, her personal life has also played out on camera. Fans watched her marriage to Larry Caputo crumble in real time. Despite the love they once shared, the couple announced their divorce in 2018, saying they would continue to support each other. Larry later told reporters, "I'm doing fine. I know she's doing well. I'm happy." Even after years of criticism, skepticism, and public scrutiny, Theresa Caputo continues to do what she believes she was born to do. The show may edit around the misses and highlight the hits, but fans still line up by the thousands, desperate for a few minutes of connection, or maybe just a little bit of hope. Subscribe to the channel.